Good morning. Marcia and I have gotten to where we enjoy watching some YouTube videos, following some people who make one each week and just really getting to know the people. One of those that we've been enjoying is called Kara and Nate. It turns out that they were high school sweethearts in Nashville, Tennessee. They wound up getting married and they got inspired by watching other people's YouTube videos, and they decided they were going to do some traveling and make some of their own. Well, that's about 5 years ago now. And for the first 4 years, they were traveling internationally all the time, from one place to another. They had a goal of going to 100 countries. And so they literally were always on the move, videoing where they were that week and then posting their YouTube video. If you're looking for something just to make you smile, make you feel good, inspire you, and help you to learn, let me tell you, they have a great YouTube channel. Well, when COVID started to set in, it really changed their lifestyle. Can you imagine? You're making your living traveling all around the world making YouTube videos, and you get hit with COVID. They were actually in the Philippines when this started to happen. They received word that in about 2 days it was like the Philippines were going to be shutting down. And they knew that if they didn't get out, they could be stuck there for an indefinite, long period of time. So they scrambled to the airport and they got to fly out to Singapore. When they got to Singapore, there was a requirement for a 15-day isolation. Well, they had to go to a hotel, and that's where they stayed, in isolation. You were allowed to actually go out a few places if you wore your mask and social distance, but basically they had asked everyone to stay in place. And so they were in this hotel, and that's where they spent almost all of the day, every day. And they said, we hadn't been in a hotel for 15 days ever, but that's where they were. And because they were there so long, it became kind of a joke with all the different housekeepers when they'd come by. They got to start knowing them. It's like, you're still here? You don't go away? They just started laughing, and they were so kind. And they even began to think, Kara and Nate began thinking about how difficult this had to be for them to know you're going into someone's bedroom there, a hotel room, and you were cleaning and you didn't know if these people were healthy or these guests were taking care of themselves. How frightening it must be for them. So anyway, they got to know one of these housekeepers well, and she was always so kind, respectful. They just really appreciated her. And so they got the idea, what if we were to leave her a really big tip? Like $500 US. Well, they decided that would be a great thing to do. They got so excited about the whole idea. They went and got the cash. They brought it back to their room. They had it spread out on a little tray. They wrote a note, "This is for you. For the way you have been so kind, this is your tip." Well, the lady came in. She sees this. She doesn't touch it. She reads it. She won't touch it. Kara and Nate were hiding with their cameras, videoing the whole thing, and it's like the lady won't take the money. They had to come out and get the money and say, "This is for you." She's going, no, way too much, way too much. Kara and Nate finally had to go to her manager and say, "We really want to give her this tip. Is that all right? This is what we're choosing to do." And they said yes. And the lady came back, and they finally were able to get her to take this $500 tip. She was just overwhelmed, crying, laughing. And the economic times were hitting there too. There weren't going to be the guests. There wouldn't be the jobs. There wouldn't be the income. To suddenly receive a $500 gift? Well, the lady was so very excited. But what caught me about the video was what it did to Kara and Nate. They were so excited. You could tell genuinely there was such a joy in their heart for thinking about how this lady was going to be so excited. It moved them to tears knowing what it was going to do for this lady's life. And watching them have such joy and having such a good time about to surprise this lady really inspired me. It reminded me, you want to be happy? It's not about going out and getting that next new thing. It's not about what you can do. what you can experience, what you can have. You want to know joy? Then you go out and surprise someone else. You sacrifice, you bless somebody else's life in a way they might never experience. And you are not only going to spread great joy, you're going to experience great joy yourself. I really think it's what it means to live in a spirit of gratitude. Look around you. Find some way that you're going to go share that love. It'll make you have a great day.